I recently released some training called Rigging for Modelers in Blender, and the purpose of the training is to make rigging accessible to everyone and to show you how useful rigging can be even if you're not an animator. In this example, we have a robotic arm, which we can rig using either forward or inverse kinematics. The one complication is there is a hydraulic piston, and in order to get that to follow along with the rig, we're going to need to add some constraints. So let's dive right in. I'm going to start by hiding all the elements that make up the hydraulic piston because I want to rig the mechanical arm first. So I'm just going to hop into a side view and hit Shift A to add an armature. I'm going to tab into edit mode and let's just bring this initial bone right down to here. I hit Alt Z to switch into X-ray mode, and I'm just going to make sure that the bone is right in the center of that pivot. With that done, I hit E to extrude a second bone, and I'll zoom in to place that right in the center of that pivot point. Hit E once again to create another bone. Then I'm going to extrude a fourth bone up to roughly here. And finally, I'm going to extrude a fifth bone, which is going to be my inverse kinematics controller. So still in edit mode, I'm going to select this bone and hit Alt P to unparent it. Let's zoom out so we can see the entire armature. I'm going to hit Control Tab and switch into pose mode. I'm going to select my IK controller, and holding Shift, I'm going to select the bone behind it and hit Shift I to add the IK constraint. And you can see by the dotted line that's been drawn, the IK has been added and it's affecting the entire chain. So if I grab the IK controller, I can move the entire chain. Now I can see there's a problem because I don't want the base to move, because obviously the geometry at the base is going to be immobile. So I'm going to hit Alt G to reset the position of that IK controller. Let's reselect the bone that the IK constraint is applied to. I'm going to switch to the Bone Constraints tab, and in the IK properties, I'm just going to set the chain length so it goes only so far as this bone. So that means a chain length of 3 is what I need. I tumble back into the perspective view. I hit Control Tab to switch back into object mode. And now I need to parent the geometry to the armature. So let's select the base. Holding Shift, I'm also going to select the armature. Control Tab into pose mode. I'm going to select the bone at the bottom of the base and hit Control P to parent my object to it. And I'm going to select bone as the option. Control Tab back into edit mode. Then I'll select the lower arm, Shift select the armature, Control Tab into pose mode and parent the arm to that bone. And then it's simply a case of repeating the same process for every element in the mesh. Then I'll Control Tab back into object mode just so I can deselect the object. Let's reselect the armature, switch back into pose mode. Let's grab this IK controller and let's just see if everything is working as intended. And as you can see, it is. So hit Alt G to reset the position of my controller. And next I'm going to reveal the piston geometry. And I'll need to create some additional bones in the armature for the top and bottom parts of the piston. So I'll Control Tab back into object mode. And with the armature still selected, I'll tab into edit mode. Let's switch to a side view. I'm going to start by creating a bone here at the top. So I'm going to select the 3D cursor tool and place it right here. Then I'll head over to the side panel and I'm just going to zero out the X position of that 3D cursor and hit W to switch back to the selection tool. And to create a new bone at the position of my 3D cursor, I just need to hit Shift A. I'll select the top part of that bone and hit Spacebar G to switch to the Move tool. And I'll just adjust the bone so it aligns with the geometry. I'll reselect the 3D cursor tool and let's take a look down here. I'll place my 3D cursor down here. Once again, I'm going to zero out its X position, zoom out and hit Shift A to create a new bone. I hit Spacebar G to switch to the Move tool and let's just align this bone with my geometry. So still in edit mode, I need to parent these new bones to the existing armature. So let's select this bone and then I'm going to shift select the bone next to it and hit Control P to parent it. Let's do the same up here. I'll select this bone, shift select this bone and hit Control P. And what I need to do next is to ensure that this bone is always pointing straight to the base of this bone and that this bone is always pointing straight to the base of the bone above it. And to do that, I'm going to add some empties that the constraints can point to. So I'll tab back into object mode. With my 3D cursor still down here at the base of that bone, I'll hit Shift A and add a new empty. Let's just go and reduce its size a little bit. Then I'll reselect the armature, tab into edit mode. Let's select the base of this bone, hit Shift S to bring up the 3D cursor menu and send the cursor to the base of that bone. Tab back into object mode, hit Shift A and add another empty. Let's also reduce its size. And next I'm going to need to parent the empties and the piston geometry to the armature. So let's start with the empty. I'll select it, holding Shift, I'm going to select the armature, Control Tab into pose mode. I'm going to select this bone and hit Control P to parent the empty to it. Then I'll switch back into object mode. I'll select the top part of the piston, shift select the armature, control tab into pose mode, select this bone and parent the geometry to it. Back into object mode and do the same with this part of the piston. Then let's do the same thing on the bottom part of the piston. I'll start by selecting the empty. I'll shift select the armature, control tab into pose mode. Let's select this bone and parent the empty to it. Back into object mode, select the piston geometry, switch into pose mode. And this time I'm going to parent it to this bone and do the same with this mesh. And with that done, the next step is going to be to add the damped track constraint so that the bones are always pointing at the empties. Let's select the armature, switch into pose mode. I'll start with this bone, go to the bone constraints, go to add bone constraint, damp track, and I'm going to use the eyedropper to select this empty. With that done, let's select this bone, add another damp track constraint and track it to the top empty. And with that done, I'm going to zoom out a little bit and I'm going to put my rig to the test by selecting the IK controller and moving it about. And you can see that everything is behaving exactly as it should. So just to quickly recap, the key to making this piston work is to use the damped track constraint to make sure the bones are always pointing to where you want them to. So if you found this interesting, I strongly recommend you check out my course, Rigging for Modelers in Blender. It's full of practical examples just like this one.